Well, hello, Cover Time friends. How y'all doing? Monday Fun Day. Here we are. And we're trying something we've never tried before. And something that, quite frankly, I never even heard of before. I was thumbing through an old cookbook last night, trying to find some new stuff. And I came across Kraut Casserole. Y'all know we bought kraut for something different we never did buy. And I thought, we got that kraut in there. We could use that one day. And I'm cutting up, you're like, what's he doing down there? I'm cutting up some smoked sausage. And so I found this Kraut Casserole. And the more I read on it, the more interesting it sounded. And then I got to look at online, and I kept finding kraut recipes. Kraut Casserole, this, that. Comfort home food, it said. I thought, well, you can't go wrong with that. So we're going to try something totally, completely different than I've ever had. And Mama said, or her either. This is just smoked sausage going in there to do its thing. And you're not going to believe this, but I found a recipe and it called for exactly what I had in the refrigerator for leftovers that I needed to use anyway, not to have any waste. And so I just took that as a sign. Maybe this is what we ought to try tonight. And I'm looking for my wooden spatula.
It's in the top of it.
I think I just about knocked it to that. Oh, here it is. And I'm going to keep this. I didn't put any oil in here. It's just screaming hot and ready to go, huh?
The kraut will have a lot of juice in it.
Yeah, kraut's going to have a little juice in it. But I'm going to let this brown up while we talk. Where are y'all eating tonight? Where y'all from? Push these little hearts and thumbs up for us if you don't care. That wakes up the algorithm from what I hear. And that will get everybody to know to turn over to Coffee Time with John and Mama. And see what they're cooking. And boy, they're going to be happy they did tonight because we may be eating bologna sandwiches. This is way out of our wheelhouse of normal foods. But I decided last night we're going to have to do that to get some new, thank y'all for those hearts and stuff. We're going to do that to get some new stuff. We fix the same old stuff, but we don't try to introduce a new meal a week or every time we cook. What we're really up to is just eating.
It's just live.
And this is just where we are with it. So that's browning up great. Now I'm going to work on this tomato here. This is a mama tomato out of her garden. Beautiful as it is, Mama.
Yeah.
Now we all know what kraut is. I love smoked sausage and cabbage. And kraut is just fermented cabbage. So I can't see that it's going to be that much different, except you're going to have that little whang of flavor. And so I'm reading into it a little bit, but I'm thinking that would be good. Now, all the recipes that I looked at were casseroles. 8x8, 9x9, 9x13, layer this, layer that, except one. One of them had just put it in a dish, a one-pot wonder, and that's one of the things we like. I love taking y'all on these little adventures with us because if you've been thinking about this, I don't want you to waste your stuff. If we do it and it's bad, I'll tell you. So here we are. Yeah, we'll say, nah, we didn't care for it. Or we'll say it's edible, but we wouldn't do it again if we don't like it. If we do like it, we'll tell you. Now, I'm going to cut this down. Now, this is, you all can use cans, fresh food. We're using old food.
Oh, it ain't old, it's from yesterday.
This is leftover corn from yesterday. And I'm going to go in with it. One leftover. That's probably a whole can because we didn't eat that much yesterday. Had a little butter in it. And let that corn get in there with that. Okay. This next one was hard for me to think about, But I read enough on it, and none of them said use potatoes. The casseroles said use mashed potatoes, meaning already mashed. So this is our leftover mashed potatoes. You don't have any, just whip you up some right quick. Or you could use probably Instant. This is just going to thicken this to where, yeah, I'm going to let them potatoes get hot. And I'm thinking it's going to make a wonderful creamy sauce in here. You know, with the corn and those kind of things. Mama says, a while ago, before we got on, she said, you know, it sounds like a good old shepherd's pie. Now, we bought this kraut for something else, but it's the kind in the bag. I like the kind in the bag. Let's see what we can do with it. And in the recipe that I got a hold of, it said 2.5 cups of kraut.
We don't need that much.
Mama says I can't have that much. She don't want us to have it.
We got that much corn.
So I'm going to put what I'm going to call a good look. Well, I've just opened the kraut. That's a fact. Woo!
Smell it?
So this is a cup of kraut going in. So I'm going to do, because it is Kraut Casserole, I'm going to do about half this bag. And I'm even going to use that juice, at least some of it.
Yeah.
It said lightly drained. But you're going to have some liquid in there to get everything together. Let's go with half of this bag, and I'll tell you the weight. If I didn't have it in the bag, it's 32 ounces. So a pound of kraut. If I didn't have it in the bag, I'd probably just use 1 can.
Yeah.
Now the mashed potatoes are warm now, and they're looking creamy and delicious in there. The one recipe, they called it a skillet one-hit wonder, said it was old-fashioned. This is what the thing. Old-fashioned comfort food. Absolutely delicious. Corn, kraut, mashed potatoes. And cheese. We get cheese in a minute. Now, I've eaten all this stuff. I've had this, but not together. I've never mixed it in one dish before. And I can see how this would be a wonderful casserole and cut it out. But you know, casseroles take a lot more time and a lot more heat for the oven. But you can see this is looking pretty good. You could probably, it didn't say not to, but it didn't give it as one of the direct. You could probably put you some canned peas or frozen peas in here. But when I see mashed potatoes and corn, I thought, well, I've got both of those, and I need to use them. Now we're just going to let that simmer here. That's what we're going to do for just a few. If I lost anybody, I may have lost half of the viewers. We may have just lost half of the viewers, but I'm going to tell you right now, it smells delicious.
Yeah, the sausage and
it just smells like a wonderful oven has opened and let loose a beautiful casserole, really. So, what do y'all think?
I don't know about it.
Mama's shaking her head. Mama does that all the time, Johnny, on anything new. Mama claims not to like anything at first. But I've introduced her to a bunch of new foods. Now, Mama, you'll have to back me up. I have extended your menu.
Yeah.
Because it used to be ham, pork chops, mashed potatoes, that was green beans, peas, or carrots. And the meats just rotated.
You just stretched my taste buds a little further.
A little bit. And she has really been surprised at some things she eats. Mama used to never would eat Mexican. Now it's one of her #1 favorite foods when we go out. Mama would say, oh, no, I don't like Mexican. And you did like it, didn't you, Mama?
Yeah, I do now.
She does now, she says. Like it's
I ain't
brand new.
Chinese yet.
And I don't know why I can't get her onto the Chinese buffet. Because I said, Mom, it's got chicken, it's got fish, it's got all the things you like. She says, no. In fact, I use that against her at every point. Because, and some of you all may be like this. Men, women, whomever. you're out with your partner, you're out with your mother, you're out with your sibling, you're out with your best friend, and you say, where do you want to eat? Oh, it don't matter. Wherever you want to eat. It's a lot of pressure. So now I say to Mama when she says that to me, oh, it don't matter. I say, okay, Chinese it is. And she'll say, no. I say, so it does matter. It does matter.
Yeah,
And she'll say, I just soon have chicken. Let's go to the chicken. And I'll say, okay, wait, you said that a while ago. Well, it didn't matter. I said, but it did matter. So if you have somebody who you run around with, use that on them. Because it does matter to them. They're just pretending like it don't. We're letting this cook a little while. It will brown up a little bit. This is like a soup, a thick soup or something. It's good. I think we're going to like it in spite of all. But I just seen it. We had all the ingredients and it almost seemed like it was meant to be a try to be. And Mama even said, well, one thing about it don't sound boring and it'd be something new we can do. So we're going to see.
I'll try it.
Mama said, I'll try it.
Once.
As long as it ain't too hot or anything, it really won't be too hot. Now, let's talk about what we did. So, if you use a can of corn, drain it a little bit. And if you're going to use a can of corn, we put butter in there, so I put a little butter in it. The mashed potatoes was just cream, butter, sugar, and salt.
Not sugar.
This is sugar that I'm looking at. Cream, butter, salt, and pepper. And so just add those, just add your little salt and pepper to it if you're making your instant potatoes or whatever you're doing for this. I think the potatoes is like the shepherd's pie. It just gives it that warm, cozy, homey feeling. But this is doing its thing. You can hear it. Can y'all hear it? I hope you can. I like the one pot wonder because I didn't want to heat up the oven. I didn't want to keep y'all on here all night waiting for it because it would have had to bake 20 minutes. All right. So now this is that fresh garden tomato. And it's going right on top of this. And yeah, it's going to get hot. And that's what we want. Mama likes hot tomatoes. She likes to cook them. We're going to still make Mama's tomato dumplings one night. We've not forgot about that. But we've got a few tomatoes. We're going to try to get a few more this week. So now there's our beautiful red tomatoes on there. You got to admit, at least right now, it's looking more eye-appealing. But I got more help on the way. There's help on the way, as I say in the song. Because this gets cheese. I think Mama was like, I don't think so. So I told her, Mama, it gets cheese. This is freshly grated, and I put it in this bag to make y'all think I didn't freshly grate it. It's that bag of cheese. I'm not grating cheese for this. Bear with me. On top it goes. Delicious layer of cheddar. It's going to be on top of those tomatoes. Now remember, we've got all that beautiful protein in there with that smoked sausage. I'm going to tell y'all a little something. If we end up liking this, y'all probably seen it often because it smells delicious. It's been a cinch to fix. And it's got a lot of our favorites in it. We love smoked sausage and cabbage. We love kraut. Mama loves sauerkraut weenies about as better than she does soup beans.
I eat more than them.
You do, and you enjoy them more. So I'm thinking, Mama, if this tastes as good as they claimed it did.
I'm just going to get those red bowls first to eat out of.
Yeah, something, we don't have much, but this will be good. So, wish y'all could smell it. It's smelling delicious. And I have cut it down now to around 200. Because I just want the cheese to melt. I could put the lid on it and it would melt, but it's also sweating more. So, I'm just wanting to do its thing here, and it's working on it really nicely. If you don't like kraut, you ain't gonna like this. Leave the kraut out and just have like a different take on a shepherd's pie. It's not got a lot of mess in it, you know. It's not got pea. You could put peas in it, but it's not. This one don't have it. It don't have carrots or nothing like that in it. It's just a. In fact, on the thing I seen, it said 5 ingredients. I think we might have went over 5 because I added some tomatoes. See, it's starting to simmer down. I've turned it down. The cheese is starting to melt just a tinge. You can see how this would make a beautiful casserole. But I prefer a one-hit wonder if I'm going to eat it. And this is about all you get in a casserole is the bubbling. You make it a little more brown from the broiler. But as far as the heated through and all the flavors meandering together, this is about what you would want in a casserole. Isn't it, Mom?
Yeah, here, I'm gonna lay this over here.
All right, everything's simmering down. I put it down on 200 just really to let all that cheese melt, and it's about there. So I don't know how long we've been on here. I didn't even look. But I do know it's been quick. And I do know it wasn't hard at all. So we're just gonna get us outside. We're gonna bless it. And we're gonna eat it. And we're gonna be glad that we were adventuresome enough to try something new. Oh, it says your meal looks absolutely delicious. Would eat this. Well, thank you. And you're from the UK. I can tell by the XX hard heart, Linda. I wouldn't like the warm tomatoes. We love them, Tanya. We love, that's honest to goodness. We'll put warm tomatoes on parchment paper, put a little mozzarella cheese on them, and just eat those.
Yeah, that's good.
Right here's our hot tomato bird right here. She's one that loves that. We make it with layers of rye bread and Kraut Swiss cheese. Okay, now, Maureen, we made that. It's kind of like a Reuben. Yeah, that's good. I made the Reuben casserole here one night. This would be totally different than that because the smoked sausage is just different. I'm going to let y'all have a Passover look here. Now, don't that look good? You got to admit, no matter what it tastes like, it's pretty.
The taste is what's important.
It's pretty, no matter what it tastes like. Let's bless it, Mama. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this meal. We thank you for providing it, dear Lord. We just thank you for being here and being in the middle and allowing us to eat together, Lord. What a blessing that is. We never fail to take that for granted, Lord. And dear Lord, we just pray for all the people out there with prayer requests, dear Lord. Be with our nation. Be with this whole world, dear Lord, that we're living in. Be with our children. Put a hedge of protection around everyone here. In your name we pray. Amen. Now, once again, this is going to be hot. When it's bubbling and moving, it's going to be hot. Mama, I think under the circumstances, it would be a good idea for you to eat it first.
You think?
And then tell me what you think.
Under the circumstances, I think it'd be a good idea for you to try it first.
Well, I'm talking and doing the camera, and if it's absolutely awful,
it'll show on your face.
well, I don't lie about it. But if it's absolutely awful, Mama, I'll be able to carry on with the conversation. Look at that, folks. Look at that, folks. Now, I'm telling you, it looks good. It smells good. I'm going to give y'all a bird's eye view right here. I'm going to unplug this, Mama, so we don't get caught up in that thing right there. There it is, folks. It's just like downtown. Now, the way they described it, what they said, they described it like I would fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and green beans. Said it was down-home comfort food.
Where's down home, though?
Well, I mean, I guess at Mama's house. All right. I'm going to try it, Mama.
Ooh.
And it's going to be hot. You're not really committed to it, have you?
Mm-mm. It ain't like I thought.
One thing, it's hot.
I know it.
We're drinking y'all sweet tea, y'all. Not mango tango, not peach.
Plano
Plano tea. Decaffeinated. So good. Folks, it's nothing like I thought it was going to taste.
I figured it'd be real crowdy tasting.
No, it's
Is that a
good.
word?
Krauty. You thought the kraut would be the dominant player.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I put a little water in it from the kraut, but not a lot.
No.
I can't really taste the kraut. I can't really taste the mashed potatoes or the corn. I taste a little smoked sausage, but it just tastes like a blend of wonderful, don't it, Mama?
Yeah.
The tomatoes give it that fresh pop of flavor. The cheese is just wonderful cheese. You can see here, it kind of resembles like a bed of rice. But look at that, it's good. I can now at least add one other thing you can do with leftover mashed potatoes that I would eat and like. Mostly I say turn them into potato bites or potato cakes, fry them, which we have fried them. But this is even fried differently. This isn't like with egg and all that and flour. There's no flour in this. Other than corn, I think it could almost be keto. Well, mashed potatoes. If you take out half the ingredients, you can have keto. So. Ain't no keto here. Forget it. It's good. That's all I can tell you.
It's pretty good. I was shocked.
It's something we would have again.
Yeah. If you had leftover corn and potatoes again, it'd be
Exactly. If you have leftovers, you're trying to find some way to upscale them. This is a major upscale. But if I would make mashed potatoes just for this. Or I would use instant maybe. But the kraut is not overpowering. I can see why they said it was a good down-home comfort food. Because it's not my home comfort food. If I'm thinking comfort food here, I'm thinking roast or something like that. But this is kraut and smoked sausage and all the, yeah, I would do this. The kraut tastes more like cabbage.
Yeah.
You get that little whang, but it's not like you're eating a mouthful of kraut. It's like it's an ingredient in there. Now, if you noticed, there was no ingredients put in this. None. I didn't even sprinkle salt. I didn't do black pepper. None. Because we'd already salt and peppered the mashed potatoes. We'd already buttered and salt and peppered the corn. So all those were in there. If you're just starting out from scratch with a can of corn and instant potatoes or whatever, you'll need to add salt and pepper. But this is just as clean as you can about get. Put your smoked sausage in first. Let it brown. That's going to flavor your pan.
That flavors the sausage better too.
Put your corn in there next. Then your mashed potatoes. Then your kraut, and add a little bit of water just to loosen the potatoes. But then the potatoes refirm back up, as you can see there. So you do have good body to it. The potatoes have taken on a little bit of the twice-baked potato flavor. Have you noticed it, Mama? With the cheese and the tomatoes. I keep showing you it's the bite. Like, okay, John, we've seen it. That's delicious. I'm really surprised. I think I would like it. I figured I would be telling y'all I would eat it, but I don't know if I'd go in my way. But I would put Kraut Casserole on my rotation.
It's different for a change.
Y'all know the pickiest woman in the world.
I'm not the pickiest one.
Okay.
Next
Second.
to the picky.
Y'all know she's liking it and eating it. I didn't mess up too bad.
I don't know if I want you to look at many more books and get ideas.
I get out of control. I'm like, Mama, we could fix this. What is it? Peking duck. I know I can't fix something fancy. But this wasn't fancy. And just when it said Kraut Casserole, I thought, ooh, I don't know about that. Now I do. I really don't think there'd be a big difference for baking in the oven. I mean, you can see the texture of it, the consistency. You can cut you off the corner of it. You know, it's a casserole consistency. Did real well.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be eating that for leftovers. Now I have new improved leftovers. They started out as potatoes and corn. Now they've turned into Kraut Casserole leftovers.
Oh, wow. Leftovers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm about through. Look at that. Now, you got me wanting that Reuben casserole. The only hang up I have with the Reuben casserole at all is finding somewhere to get my good, fresh corned beef or my pastrami is what I like to use. So if I could find some, it has to be good. That's the key. And that Thousand Island dressing mix and that sauerkraut. I've got a half a bag of kraut here. So if I can locate some good, it has to be deli fresh. It has to be good stuff. Then I will maybe make that before too long. Or I'll buy more kraut later. Mommy, got anything you want to add tonight?
No, you've done a pretty good job on this.
Look, folks, she's eating it and she's cleaned her bowl.
I know it clean, but I've done better than I thought I'd ever do with it.
It tastes like good home cooking, don't it, Mama?
Yeah.
Would you put the tomatoes on there? Somebody said they wouldn't.
Well, you could do it either way. I like warm tomatoes, but a lot of people don't. It just made it bright and prettier.
And you get that little burst of tomato.
Mm-hmm.
It just says, hello, wake up.
Everything's good, yeah. I was shocked, really.
Y'all heard it here first, folks. Y'all try this.
I had my mind made up. I wasn't going to eat none of it.
She's hard. If you're thinking about it, next time you have a little corn, peas, mashed potatoes left over, you think, I don't want to eat that again. Put you some smoked sausage in there and a can of kraut and mix it up and just see what you think. It's good. But if I didn't have mashed potatoes already, I would probably either put a little water in there and add a pack of instant potatoes, a little butter maybe, or I would just stir them up. You know how quick it is to make instant potatoes, and then I'd pour them in there. I would make them for the dish. So either way you want to do it, try it. So thank y'all for being here. I'm going to go back and read some of your comments. Some of y'all may have had some great recipes. No kraut, Stella says. Kraut's one of those things, Stella, either you are or you aren't a fan. It's kind of like chicken livers. You can lose a lot of friends for chicken livers for supper. But if you like them, you can get some friends that'll come in. Oh, you make good chicken livers. They're hard to find. So it's one of those, maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. Johnny, it is. I think you would like it if you like any of these ingredients. And it's a quick, See, and you've got your protein with the sausage. You've got mashed potatoes. You've got corn. You've got that sauerkraut, which is good for you. And not a lot of other stuff. Now, there's salt and pepper, and I'm not going to try to say we're being purists here.
No, we're not.
But it was already in the mashed potatoes and already in the corn. I didn't add a drop of nothing.
And a little butter in both of them.
A little butter in both of them. So, if you were making this from scratch with a fresh can of corn, I'd add a little butter to my potatoes when I made them up to pour in here, and salt and pepper. Now, it will probably get you to about where we are, because that corn was pretty much just butter and corn.
It was all it was, corn and butter.
I mean, there wasn't a ton of salt, there wasn't a ton of pepper in it. All right, folks, thumbs up on this one. Give it a try. It was brand new to us, too. So, and we
I was kind of dreading in front of everybody.
I told Mom, I said, that's so fun. I mean, if I said I was making a new chocolate cake with chocolate icing, everybody would be, ooh, I like that. Wouldn't be much
I wouldn't complain about that.
fun. This was fun because it didn't sound the best, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give it a 9.
Ooh.
I mean, I really do like it. And I really would say, I think I want some Kraut Casserole again. Mama, you got anything you want to add?
No.
All right.
Just remember all the sick and all the kids are going to school. Just keep them in your hearts.
And the cooks and the teachers and the janitors and the principals.
Pray for the safety of all the kids.
That's right. Watch for them. You ain't used to seeing them other early morning. Them little yellow buses is going to be running around. When they say stomp, you stomp, because some precious cargo's on there. Y'all have a blessed night. Get out and make some memories.
Good night,
Lord
Mama.
willing, we'll be
God
back
bless
tomorrow
you.
night, and Lord willing, we'll cook again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.